Yeah, so just look here, listen here, people. So I was talking about the inheritance mapping, is it not? So we have a person class. We have a person class. Okay. So person is a normal person. So a normal person can have ID, first name and last name. Okay, any person you can have a the properties. Person ID, first name and last name. Every person will have this ID, first name and last name. So we have a generator, getters and setters, all those things stuff, constructors. So now we're deriving a new class called as candidate. Candidate, which extends person. Okay. So this person candidate has joining date and department name. Okay. So this also it's for inheritance mapping. Hmm. So here also we have this joining date and department name. So we all know that when we generate a constructor for the derived class, the first statement will be what? It will invoke the constructor of the superclass. Okay. So we are passing the first name and last name. We are passing the first name and last name. ID is generated automatically. First name and last name to which one? First. A normal feature of the object-oriented programming. Is it not? So now we look into the mapping file. So I created the mapping file with the name of the base class. We have created a mapping file with the name of base class. So you can just observe here person.hbm.xml. Person.hbm.xml. So here you can just observe we have created a class tag with the name person. Table person will be created. So person table, it will have the discriminator value as p. Okay. And here you can just look here ID name equals person ID and generator class is identity. It will automatically get created. So next, we're creating this one extra column called as discriminator column just to identify the fields it belongs to which class, whether it belongs to person class or candidate class. So one extra column we have created, discriminator column type string. So just look here, people. So here we have mentioned this discriminator value equals p. So it will display either p or e. Hmm? So this is user defined. I can give anything. So why I have given p? Just to understand it is for a person class. So next we are define the property first name and last name. So this is same what we have done previously. Only thing is I'm getting a adding one extra column called as discriminator just to identify the fields to which it belongs. Again, this is not mandatory. Just for identifying that fields, now we have used that discriminator column. It's not mandatory you have to give that. The main job is what? To store the data like person ID, first name, last name. Then just look at here, we have implemented the subclass tag. Okay. Candidate extends person. And for this, discriminator value equals E. Okay. So department name and joining date will be the property. So that's all class. So one more thing you need to observe here. In the previous example of any configuration of this Hibernate file, I'm just giving in the class name, we're specifying like this. The package name dot class name. But in this case, we're just directly giving the name of the class. Instead of that, we have specified here in the Hibernate mapping tag itself. Whereas in the previous case, we have not specified anything like that. I mean to say, we just specified Hibernate mapping, and here only we are directly specifying the package name plus class name. So why we are doing that? Because again here also we need to specify the name of the class, right? So again we have to write the full package name. Instead of that, I given the package property here. This is also possible. Okay. Here you mention just name of the class. Here also we just try to mention the name of the class. That's the difference. Okay. So this is how the mapping file will be there. So next I created the JSP file. Okay. So you can just look here. I imported all this thing stuff. And we're just trying to create a same whatever we have learned previously. First of all, I'm just trying to create a person object and I'm just trying to save the person object. Okay. So when I do that, it will create a one more extra column called as discriminator column, telling what with the value as PP for this. So next we are creating a one more column called as candidate, object called as candidate, which has the joining date and the department name. Okay. And we are just saving it. We'll just see how it is working. The code is same. Only thing is you need to do the look into the mapping file. HBM dot the mapping file. Okay. Yeah, it's executed successfully. Person dot get person. So how we can make it display? It is displaying the object reference. That's how we can make it display. The table is created. Okay. So refresh. We have a table with the name person. The table with the name person. Okay. So I'm getting one extra column as I told you now, discriminator. First, we are just trying to save only what? The person object. We're just trying to save the person object. Steve Balm. The rest two fields are empty. Next, actually, this is the perfect one. Which one? The second one. Why? We have also department name and joining date. We have department name and joining date. So I'll just try to change the values. Yeah. So this is we're just trying to person dot. So I'll just go to person dot Java and I'll generate toString method. Generate toString. What is the use of it, people? What is the use of a toString? So previously you see here, we're getting just object reference. When I just say print P, when I'm just trying to print P, now we are displaying the object reference. Okay. So now we'll see what happens. Just look here, that is printing because of this SOPP person session dot get person dot class. We're getting the person ID basically. So I'm storing it in P and we're just trying to print it. So we'll see now what happens. It will convert an object to a string. ToString is basically used to convert an object into a string. Yes. Execute successfully. Person ID 3, first name Rod, last name Johnson. Okay. So now you can just check out here. Two more records are added. Rod Johnson, Gavin and King. So just observe here. What is P? This is an object of which class? Person class. And what is A? An object of candidate class. We should have given C also, not an issue. The discriminator column value you can should have given C. Then it will display C here. So just to differentiate. So in the real time scenario, are we saving the person object? No, we'll be saving only the candidate object. The base class will be just a template class. Base class will be just a template class. So actually we'll be saving candidate class, but we are showing both here. So just look here. The properties of two classes or objects. Yeah, of course, candidate class, which is a subclass. We are saving the object of a candidate class automatically. What? The base class properties are also saved. We are saving what? The candidate class. You can just check out. What is CD? Candidate, object of candidate class. So this is a derived class object. So we're just creating a candidate object and we're saving that. Is it not? So what happens here? Session.save CD. Okay. So we are saving candidate object, but the properties of what? The base class are also saved. So you can just see here a single table is created with the properties of both the classes are saved. So how? Because of this type. Because of this subclass, where a specifying candidate extends person, and these are the properties. Okay. So I'm saving the object of which one? Candidate class. But it is extending person class. So what does it mean? The fields of the person class. Which are those? Person ID, first name, and last name are also saved. The first name and last name are also saved. Okay. Then the rest are all same. What we have done previously. Only we have to change it in the mapping file. The mapping file. Got it? So in the component mapping also we have two classes. In the inheritance mapping also we have two classes. So we can just observe here how we are trying to save the data.